again, if you have estrogen, all hope is lost. Uh-oh. This looks very telling. It seems like Cross is a bit of a underwhelmed with his current position. In a recent interview about a few days ago, Cross has voiced his displeasure with how he's being presented and booked right now.
This is probably unhealthy and I shouldn't say it, but I'm just going to kind of wing it. I actually get really pissed because it's not enough. It's not enough. I haven't reached my full potential yet, and people haven't seen my best work yet. And I know what I can do. And at this level, you need to be afforded certain types of opportunities, which is difficult with a big roster and only 2 hours in the program. And I know that once I am afforded that particular shot.
And when you really think back, Kross hasn't had anything of relatively big since his culmination with Drew McIntyre last year at Extreme Rules. He's pretty much back to being a joke with these recent losses that he's took, with being at SmackDown and the Royal Rumble, being that he was very eliminated really early, which is kind of weird because when you look at his monster presentation and how he's looked and the way he was booked in NXT. I will say first that I'm pretty shocked because I think I said it before, but yeah, I liked when it comes to Karrion Kross because he does have that look and presentation to be built into a star, and it definitely just like a Roman Reigns, if he's gradually being built up, and potentially have to be the face of a going into the future, the face of the WWE, the company, and yes, and I actually like this. So I like him, and it's pretty telling also considering how he's basically one of the golden boys back in NXT when Triple H was black and gold, and I was pretty vocal about that, and he was pretty much like everybody else brought back. And I think of course Triple H knows, just like how when it comes to what happened with Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano, Karrion Kross, they've all been shit row. They've all been pretty much been resorted to catering. I think I don't know. I think I sometimes see Hit Row, of course, and then now Johnny Gargano. They're barely on the TV. Yeah, they're still being on TV, but they're just. I think Kross is the one that, because he's involved with Ray, so he probably has the one with the most TV time. And Triple H knows, and we thought that we were. I said too a lot of months ago when he came back, I thought that he was going to be pushed to the moon like he was in NXT, and no. Because when you get to months later now too, especially here, Kross is nowhere to be found too, nowhere near Reigns, because he was pretty much, they were indicating him that he was going to be a triple threat. Yeah, Triple H knew that wasn't going to happen, so he shot him back down to the where he belongs right now, in the lower end of the card, because like I said, I've been pretty vocal. Like I said, Triple H as a whole and his booking, which is not good, and it's him bringing back these returns. Of course, his because it's his basically children. I can call that sort of like basically these rehires are sort of like favoritism, also. Because he knew it was good. Nobody was gonna care about this shit. People can say they can, but it's like only a select few. Yeah, pretty much you'll hear from. But Triple H himself knows, and it's kind of fucked up because he probably talks to his basically the people he brought up, and almost probably tells them that they're family and everything like that. But promises them, that they're gonna get their shot, but when they someone, especially like someone Kross being as vocal as he is, and them being to the bottom of the barrel again, especially like Cross. Yeah, because he's essentially back to being a joke on the main roster again. And yes, it's pretty been telling, you know, because also, yeah, I wanted to read this really fast. Yeah, like, shout out to, yeah, if the article right here, Cage Seats, because, yeah, it's very noticeable. And it says that Triple H is pretty much how, like, Baron Corbin lately. But he's actually, I kind of think, yeah, he actually has his, kind of was over right now. But, yeah, Karrion Kross, not so much. And, yeah, same thing with Karrion Kross. This blew over my head, and supposedly, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, Triple H is not only his faith down in Kross, but yeah, he pretty much put Kross in a back seat, changed his mind, as opposed to what I just said. He's about to get. We thought he was about to get that big push with Reigns. Turned out not. But yeah, he went lower to the so yeah, like I just said, yeah, like Triple H would always book Cross to win in NXT, you know, and then when he reintroduced him to the main roster, months ago. This is at the time when he first came back. That message was clear when Scarlett placed the hourglass in front of Roman Reigns back in August to indicate the clock was ticking on his championship reign. And then a few months later, at the time, even now too, Cross is struggling to get over in WWE despite beating Drew McIntyre last month at Extreme Rules. And the big difference this time is that Triple H has adjusted to Karrion. Triple H adjusted to Karrion's underwhelming fan response by booking him to lose against McIntyre at Crown Jewel. It says for the first time in a long time, it's worth wondering if Triple H's confidence in Cross is shaken. At the very least, Karrion is not a guy who should be working the main event program with Roman Reigns anytime soon, or nowhere near the main event because he's not over, and nobody knows who he is, and he doesn't have that type of like I said, there's the potential there. He can be brought up organically, but yeah, just throwing him into the main event just because, yeah, that's not gonna work. Cause like I said, it's pretty it's very hilarious because people like I said, it's all about narrative when it comes to these like channels on YouTube and how people like to say about how Triple H is some sort of of course like this this deity of booking now when it comes to that, and it's been like they've tried to make it like he's this deity, and when it comes to booking, so good. Also, when that's not the case at all. And yeah, like I just pretty much is Triple H. And if you've been seeing, if you care, that pretty much tells where Cross is right now compared to what we thought was gonna happen. And yeah, Cross is at the bottom of the card, and what really is looking like right now is what is Triple H gonna do with him, and that's the scary case.